Hello guys, welcome back to Minecraft on the Block. This is Krafters FTB, and I'm just trying to determine where I want to put the processing plant. I'm leaning towards right here, because this, if you thought of this as an actual waterway, which I don't really know what it looks like over there, we could fly over and take a look, but right here it doesn't go anywhere as far as I know. Well, I guess it does. Oh, that's nice. Okay, cool. So, yeah, so it's a semi-legitimate looking waterway, and I feel like this would be kind of a cool spot right here. Part of my thinking is that I want it to be somewhere in between kind of the plains where we're going to build the skyscraper and the mine area. So, I don't know. That's kind of one of the reasons that I picked that spot. Let me move the mic. Sorry. There we go. So anyway, that's one of the reasons I picked that spot. We'll see how that works out. So that's what I'm thinking. The reason, so let me walk you through a couple of things. Titanium dust, right? I got that. And then I remembered, oh, I have to make a blast furnace. Well, that's not like a huge deal. I'll just make a blast furnace, an industrial blast furnace. Right? So look into an industrial blast furnace and, well, it's expensive. Like this, I don't even know how to make, but I need two induction furnaces, which aren't cheap, and then an advanced machine block, a couple of circuits, and then these things, which I have not figured out how to make yet. But when I was looking up how to make those, I found out that not only do you need this, which is just kind of the control unit, but you need the casings, which are these things. So a standard casing, okay, so first off, you need the same amount that you would need to build a blast furnace itself. So if you needed I'm moving the mic around trying to figure out the best place to put it. That's not a good place. Oh, wow. There we go. Better. Wow. Okay. Sorry. Anyway, so if you guys remember, you need like 34 blocks, I believe, because you need a 3x3x4 with 2 hollow spots in the middle. And if you do that, you can you can build it, right? But these only give you 30 heat capacity per block, which gives you like 1,024 total or something like that, or 1,054, something like that. These give you 50, which takes you up to whatever you need. So this will only allow you to basically do steel in it. This will allow you to do, I don't know, something else. I think it takes you up to, I don't know, enough to do titanium. Titanium requires 1,500 heat capacity. And then chrome is 1,700, tungsten is 2,500, and steel is 1,000. Iron is also 1,000, so you could do iron. And I guess you do it really fast. I don't know. Although, if you put in an iron, and 2 coal dust, you get a steel ingot. I don't really fully understand exactly what's going on. But anyway, it's basically an upgraded blast furnace, but it's really expensive. So like this, each one of these, for every 4, you need some refined iron or steel and a machine block, right? So a lot of refined iron is what it comes down to. And a lot of refined iron. I think you can mix and match the blocks, although I'm not sure of that. I think you could put like 3 rows of these and then 1 of these. I don't know if that's true or not. But this one then requires advanced machine block and steel and advanced circuits, right, for 4 of them. So those are expensive. So I need to find out more about all that. But one thing I do know is that I'm going to need a lot of materials. So I think it's time. I was thinking that we could get to, I don't know. I wasn't really following all of the logic through to get exactly what we need. So I think it's time for something else. I think it's time for us to get the processing plant going, really ramping up the mining operations. I think we're going to have to get a quarry. We're going to need to have a quarry going, a miner, maybe just miners. I might invest in just miners because these things are so expensive. Oh, you have to have a diamond drill for the quarry. I forgot. So, I mean, getting to a quarry is actually a really big deal. Because a diamond drill is why I'm trying to get the blast furnace so that I can get titanium. I mean, just to get these 2 pieces of titanium to get 1 diamond drill for the other miner was going to take me this. So it's really cool. I mean, it really now feels like more balanced to me, especially without EE, without the portal gun. It's starting to feel, you know, God forbid they take away the jetpack, but it's starting to feel really good to me. It's starting to feel like a game, like, you know, like it's going to take me a lot of time to work towards this. And when I get it, I'm going to be really proud. The other thing, you know, I mean, part of the problem with the other map, I know I'm just standing around, part of the problem with the other map or the other version of the game, or the mods, was that you would restart a lot because I would restart a lot because I would get so many of the advanced things so quickly. And what was more exciting was kind of like trying new mods, which required World Gen or whatever. This one, I feel like if we get, even at the point where we are now, the stuff that we have, I would be sad to have to do this over again. And so that will keep me, I think, and the fact that most of what I want is here, I think it will really keep me interested and keep me playing. So, you know, a lot of people I think will say that, you know, Equivalent Exchange 3 is going to help, you know, speed up the process of things. That's probably true, but I don't want it to. Equivalent Exchange just doesn't really have a place in the game for me. Thaumcraft is a little different to me because it's just a whole different kind of area. I really like the Thaumcraft stuff. Although it doesn't really fit in my current plans. So I will be playing with Thaumcraft, but it's not probably the thing that is the most exciting for me. Hold on just a second. So anyway, I think that's the plan. So I just wanted to, I was kind of standing up there looking, and I wanted to just kind of talk it through with you guys. I'm still using this texture pack. I'll probably go back. I don't know. I'm really torn between just using the default texture pack and trying something new and cool. It's an opportunity. I don't want to confuse you guys by going back and forth. So please tell me what you think of that. If you hate it, I'll stop doing it. I'll just probably stick with the default in that case because it's the only one that I can guarantee is going to behave the way I want. But if you guys don't mind a little variety, then that would be cool. But I think I'm going to put it right here. So I'll probably just start leveling this area. I'm going to make a pretty good size footprint. I don't know. I'm going to have to come up with a design and then go gather the materials. I know I'm going to get a lot of the basalt for the processing plant, so I'll probably go... Oh, somebody else. It was... who was it? Nico Demaz, I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name or not, was mentioning that I should look at the basalt paver. Let's see, what's the basalt paver? So I think it's maybe just kind of a beveled edge or something. And how do you make that? A piece of basalt? Oh, you just put a piece of basalt in a crafting table. Excellent. Well, I'll try that then. So basalt pavers might be good. I'm thinking about making the floor of the place basalt, kind of like I did in there, except for something more like the pavers, something dark and kind of heavy looking, and then having some like white walkways throughout the place. Yeah, you can actually see the. There we go. When I stand still, you can see the really lame volcano spawning in. So I might just tear that volcano down and use it. Is that a black sheep? It is. So anyway, that's the deal with that. I'm going to start trying to figure out what I want it to look like. I'll probably use a fair amount of, that's an ugly building, especially in the default texture pack. I'll probably use a fair amount of marble and stone and whatnot. I might actually go with some concrete as well. I really wanted to do that, and I'm not sure how I'm going to use it because I can't do too much. The concrete's expensive. They don't even have the recipe for... There's some recipes that just don't show up. But rebar is like 3 pieces of steel, I think, or maybe iron, and then you put them in a rolling machine, which I don't even have yet, so I don't know. I want to get this thing going, but I don't want to skimp on it, so... I know that was a long intro for what was supposed to be a short video, so let me go check it out and see if I can come up with something, and when I do, I'll get it laid out and I'll start talking to you guys through it. Don't go anywhere. Alright guys, I have done some work, currently smelting all kinds of stuff, got some glass going, I have some red rock, which does not give me a paver. I have some, can I make red bricks or something? I can. Those are kind of cool. I have an idea for the building I want to make. It's actually kind of ambitious and interesting. I'm going to do kind of the first wall. Holy cow, the frame rate's horrible. I'm going to do the first kind of wall to show you guys maybe the first corner. and then come back and take a look at it and see what we think. But I've decided that I want to get the help of a computer. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and I just have never even looked into it. I mean, it's what's funny is I was thinking the other day, like the reason I don't think I really do anything with computers in the game is because that's what I spend my time with. I mean, like I work with computers, and then I come home and I play on computers. I spend my entire life with computers. I love technology and computers, but I just didn't really get to it in the game because what I can't do in real life is build giant buildings and crazy logistics systems. But we're going to mess with the computer. So it's really easy to build one, which I didn't know. I mean, I couldn't have told you within 100 guesses what the recipe entailed, but there's our first computer. So we're going for a turtle is what we're going for, I think. Wait a minute. Maybe I can't get a turtle. That would be sad. Have they removed turtles or something? Hold on. All right, guys, I made an executive decision. I decided to go ahead and do some research. So the reason we couldn't find these was because they're actually not called turtles. They're called elves right now. Because I think because of Christmas, obviously. And so a couple of things. I decided to, I had a couple of learning lessons I needed to get taken care of. And one of them was creating a computer, which is extremely easy and not really that interesting, except that it allows you to interact with your disk drive, and you can work on things in the safety of your own home. What I tried first was basically writing a program on the computer, saving it, or I mean on the turtle, saving it, and then picking it up and moving it. That didn't seem to work. It seems like when I pick the turtle up, the file goes away. So what you want to do is you want to write it on a floppy disk, and then you can connect the floppy disk drive to the turtle, and then you can copy it over or whatever. Right now, my program is living on the turtle itself. I've started with a couple of different things here. In fact, I can just delete clear area because it's of no use to me. But prep area is good. So ls just means list the contents of whatever directory you're in. So I was trying to think of the best way to do this as far as showing you guys. I might do a little bit more kind of real time with the Computercraft stuff if it's interesting to you guys. If not, I'll just show you, what the end result is, which is what I'm going to do right now. I've been setting up tests here to see if I can get this thing going. So a couple of things you need to keep in mind. You have to tell it where you want to place items from if you're going to place items. And so what I'm writing is a little program that's going to prep. I call it prep area, but it's just going to prepare the area for building. And what I want it to do is clear down to a certain level with a certain row size and number of rows. So if you did the row size 64 and the number of rows 64, you would have a 64 by 64 square cleared. And you could give it a depth. You could say, I want it to clear, from where I set it down, I want it to clear down 3 or down 5 or whatever. And when it gets to the bottom, fill in any holes that happen to be there. So I've set up a little test for it here. You can see that there's a hole right there, and there's also some holes here. And if I said 1, 2, 3 was my depth, and I wanted it to clear out 3 by, let's just say 3 by 2 by 3, or maybe 3 by 3 by 3. So I want it to clear 3 blocks, so it would be the one it starts on, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3 rows, and then down 3. I should get a flat area, and it should fill in what's left. So we'll see if that's actually the case. Now, I will show you, well, a couple of things too. So I can do a turn right, and you can see that it turned towards me because I want it to be going right again. You can use the up arrow to just repeat the command you did last. So turn right and turn right gets it going in that direction. And the way I've written the program is it can take a couple of command line arguments. Let me do this. Let me sleep real quick. I'll be right back. All right. The one thing about these is they give you a sense of power, especially in like a Greg Tech hard mode thing where you feel like, you've got so much to do before you get that sense of power of having tamed the world. At least I'm not sure how practical this is going to be. I mean, I can write it to do little things for me, and that will definitely be cool. I need to learn how to manage it, get the wireless stuff going and learn how to manage it remotely and all that. And, just generally be more efficient with it. This whole program writing thing is a nightmare. If you do it on the system itself, if you pull the files down, which since I have access to the server, I can do because they're stored on the server. If you didn't have access to the server, it would be a pain because you would have to actually do all of the programming on the thing. And I did that. I did most of it, but then I realized if I wanted to, it would just be 100 times more efficient to pull it down, use whatever my favorite editor is, and just write the program. And that way you can, copy paste sections around and functions and whatever. So anyway, let me just show you what it does and let's see. I haven't fully tested it yet, so we'll see. So what we're going to do is say perp area, prep area. And it's going to tell us that we have to enter 4 arguments. We need the row length, the number of rows, the depth, and the direction. So basically the direction is which way do you want to clear from where you're starting. And since we want to do prep area, we said we wanted to go 3 for the row length, 3 for the number of rows, 3 for the depth, and then left, because we want it to come towards us. So I'm going to go ahead and start it. And it's going to start doing its thing. And it's skipping over, not placing blocks there, you can see, because it doesn't place blocks until it gets to the bottom, because it would just have to break them again. And it's broken. Something is wrong. It is turning the wrong direction. So I have a bug in the code, and we'll go take a look at that. So it should have gone down again and done its thing, but it didn't. It went the other way. So it's basically doing 3 by 3, going down, 3 by 3 the other way, going down 3 by 3. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go up 3. That'll tell it to go up 3 blocks. And then turn left. It's just kind of fun to watch it go. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Let's do that twice. Turn left, turn left. You can get the thing like running away. And then go forward, I don't know, 9, I guess, to get back to where we were. That's too many. That's all right, though. Turn right. And let's just say go down. Go down. 1. Oops. Go down. If you don't give it a number, it'll just go 1. Okay. So we'll set it up right here. I don't want it to mess up my sapling, though. Which, you know what, I'm just going to pick that thing up because it's never going to grow. Obviously, I've done something wrong. I should, while I'm thinking about it before I destroy. I sent the thing through my house once, actually, already. Because once it gets going, it kind of gets run away. So I actually thought I was going to, like, break up something important. But it went right through here and then stopped in the middle of the house because it ran out of fuel. So, yeah, it's interesting. So let's go look at the code. This is a good opportunity. So to look at this code, we just say edit prep area. So we're editing that file. And you can see that there's a bunch of stuff here. So I'm not going to walk you through all the syntax and stuff. If you guys know basic programming stuff, functional programming languages, you'll be able to use this. If not, then you'll have to learn a little bit, but I don't think this is the place to teach you. So anyway, I'm setting up some variables and doing some stuff. And then print just means put something on the screen to tell us what's going on. And then I wrote some functions here to help. So the refuel function just says select slot 16, refuel 1 from it, and then select the place item again. And the place item is, it's going to look through all of the slots and find the first one that has some dirt in it. So it'll just select 16, refuel itself, and then go back. And so it just, basically I check if I need fuel in various places. And if I do, then we use the refuel function. Select place item just says for 1 through 8. This actually needs to be 1 through 15. So I'll go ahead and change that right now. So for 1 through 15, right? So start at 1, go to 15 because this is the 16th slot. So 15. So any place you find dirt up to here, go ahead and use that in place. I really could say 16, but I know I want to save that for fuel. If there's something in that slot, then select it, and that way we can place items. So that's just a little helper function. Try place says It should really be a more descriptive name. It should be like try place down, because it's saying if the current layer I'm on is at the layer depth that I'm trying to get to, meaning if I'm at the bottom and I'm not going to go any deeper, place items below me if there isn't one. So in case there's holes, it'll fill in the holes for us basically. And so that's just try place. It basically says, is there something below me? If not, place an item. And it does the select place item to make sure that it's got one in the slot, and then place down, right? So that's pretty basic. And then move down is just a helper function for when it needs to go to the next level down. And turn around is just a helper to do 2 right turns instead of having to type that twice. Next row means turn right, break a block and turn right, or turn left, break a block and turn left. It just means you pass it the direction and you tell it where to go. So it's not just turn around, it's go over to the next row and turn around. And it tries to place a block below it as it does that to keep things going. So that's just another helper. And it's got a little bit more to it. One interesting thing is you can assign variables to, you can decide functions to variables, which allows me to say I can assign this turn direction. I can either assign it the turtle.turnRight or turtle.turnLeft, and then I can do that, just say whichever one I assign to it, do turtle or turndir, right, which will just execute whichever function I put in that variable. And clear row says go ahead and do one of the rows, right? So this is the main function. It's going to clear a row. It's going to basically clear it whatever the row length we've set. And let's see, yeah, here's where it get fuel level. If the fuel level's 0 for every one of these blocks that we try to do, if the fuel level's 0, go refuel yourself. Otherwise, just keep going. If you detect a block in front of you, break it, move forward, and try to place a block below you. Now that's interesting. I don't know why I'm doing that. Let's see. Yeah, because we don't really actually want to do that. And it doesn't seem like it was. So there's something. Oh, try place means you just call that every time. That's why I wrote the function itself checks whether or not we're at the depth that we want to be. And then, so those are the functions. And then here's the actual program that runs. So start at 1 and do this whole thing as many times as there are depths. So we said 3, so we want to do this whole thing 3 times. And our bug is somewhere in this code. And then so for that many times, however many times we want to tell it to do it. Then for every number of rows that we've set, do what's inside of here. And that is clear a row, which makes sense. Just start on the first row and clear it. So we'll be doing it at least once if the number is 1. If the row we're on is less than the number of rows, then go to the next row, right? So it means that we're not done doing rows on this layer. So go to the next row and we give it the direction, and I'll talk about that in a second. And then we say if direction is right, then set direction to left, and if direction is left, set it to right, and that's just because the next time we want to turn the opposite direction. So we turn, go left, right, whatever, right? And if current layer is not equal to the depth, so if we're not at the bottom, then just turn around and move down, right? And move down actually had the break below us, whatever, that code in it. And previous starting direction. So this is just something that I'm using, and this is probably where the bug is. We set the previous starting direction to whatever the direction they pass in originally. If the previous starting direction is L, then set our direction right now to R, because we want the next direction that we take to be the opposite of what we started with. That's probably just wrong, as I'm thinking about it. So we're setting the previous starting direction again. So I'm trying to think if it matters how many rows we've done. I think it does. It's almost like the opposite. I don't know. I'm trying to think through it. I don't know if I really want to mess with it. I think what I'm going to do right now is just take this out and let it run without setting it and see what happens. I'm sure it's going to break, but it'll be fun for you guys to see. So I'm going to take out some of this code, this whole previous starting direction thing, and I can probably just clean that up. So I did this pretty quick, and it's there's a lot of ugly stuff in here, so you guys just have to forgive me. Some of you will think it's not that ugly because you don't know, and some of you will... Alright guys, sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Fraps just crashed and everything went to crap, and you really didn't miss that much, although it might have just happened again. No, I guess not. Anyway, so I don't know exactly. Everything crashed, so I don't know where we're at, but prep area. I think we just took out that last little bit of code, and that was it, and I was ready to try it. So I think we have, I think it saved that. Where was that at? Yes. Okay. So we should be able to exit this then, and let's do it again. So let's prep area. Let's prep area 3 by 3 by 3 again, and just see what happens. And we want to go right this time. And is it facing? Yeah, it's facing the right way. And let's go. So it starts on the top level, which is not that useful. It would be better to just dig down. Okay, so there it goes down. Now the question is it going to go back the right direction this time? No. It's not. I have a fatal flaw. Hopefully it's not going to take out any important stuff. Oh, there we go. But it is at least placing the blocks on the bottom. So the one flaw that we have is the direction flaw. And to keep us from having too many issues here, let's say go up 2. Perfect. And then turn right, and we'll set up a little obstacle course again. We'll do... Actually, give me some of your dirt. I keep hitting E to get out of that, which doesn't work. What we're going to want to do is set it up with a nice little obstacle. Once I get it working right, that should do exactly what we want. Okay, that's what we'll do. That'll be its obstacle course. Let me see if I can find this very obvious bug, and I'll be right back. Because I went over it, I really don't think I made any changes, and it looks right to me, so I'm sure I'm missing something silly, but I was going to show you one of the things you'll do when you want to do some debugging is we'll just say whenever we're getting ready to go to the next row. Oh, I just realized something. That's part of the reason. Hitting the home and end buttons stops and starts my recording so that everything gets all flaky when so yeah, that's an obvious issue. So I can't do that. So sorry, that totally threw me. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say print direction. We just want to see whenever it's going to go to the next row, what is the direction it's going to turn, and this will tell us something, maybe. But anyway, we can save that, and we can exit, and then we're going to say prep area 3 by 3 by 3, start going to the right. And here we go. Nope, wrong way again. Every single time. There's something very obvious. I was just looking at it. It looks so obvious, and it's going exactly the wrong way every time. It doesn't even like correct itself and come back. So let me get it out of there and try again. Alright guys, I think I got it. It was a pretty simple change. I just moved, let's see. My frame rates have been like dropping, and I had to restart Minecraft actually because it got all flaky, but it could be this thing. Could be my poorly written application. Yeah, so let's see. Down here, really the only thing I did was move. I realized I moved this if else for the direction stuff inside as long as the numbers is less than the row that we're on, so I don't do it one extra time at the end, which flips it around, so I end up with 2 lefts. Because you don't really do the turn on the last one, right? You just do the turn around. So anyway, that's Y. I did that, and it seems to work, so I'm going to show you. And this is another one of those episodes that seems to have gotten out of control and long already, so we'll make this quick. So prep area 3 by 3 by 3, turn right, and watch it do its thing. So 1, 2, 3, turn around, nothing to do. 1. Okay, now go down, come back this way, do your thing. It's not placing blocks yet because it's not at the bottom. Go one more. Spin around, go down, start placing blocks. There we go. There we go, and she's done. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move that to the floppy. Probably the easiest way to do it would just be, I'll show you that real quick just so you guys can know how to do it if you need to. So we will place that there, put the disk in, and then we can say, let's just clear whatever's on the disk. So let's say delete prep, or no, delete, that would have been bad. Disk prep area. Get rid of the file that's on there, and then copy prep area from here to disk/prep area. And now if we go look at the disk, we have clear. Let's delete that one too. It was just the first one that I started playing with, and I didn't like the name. It was basically the same, but I just changed the name. Okay, so now we have one disk with prep area. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this over, because this is, once I break this, that's going to go away. It's no longer there. Yeah, I don't need your flower, really. Actually, I need your leaf pile even less. So I'm going to go over there and figure out how big I want to make it, and I'll get it started, and then I'll come back and show you guys. All right, guys, I think I'm kind of prepped. I needed to do a couple of things, and I just realized that the area that I have picked out has a beehive in it, and I don't want to just waste it, so I'm going to get a scoop. So a scoop is a piece of wool and then sticks, right, like that. And we use that to pick up the beehive, which I want to do real quick. Whoops, I guess we'll use the door. So you can't just break a beehive. If you do, it turns into nothing. If you use a scoop, you will get all of the goodies inside, which will be the start of your beekeeping career, which is something we're very interested in, so we'll do that. And to get started, we want to break it. So we break it, and we get the stuff. And we get some honeycomb and a Meadows Princess and whatever, so we'll use those later. But I marked out the area, so I'm going to basically go down to water level. And to do that, I'm going to go from about here. So we're at 435. I better write this down. Just so I don't forget. Where's my notepad? Come on, something, anything. Give me that. There we go. So 435 by positive 95. All right, so from here, we're going to clear down to water level, over to about here, and that's going to be .435, that's 62. All right, so what is that, 33? So it's going to be, the row length is going to be 33. Okay, and then we're going to go over to, I think about there. Actually right here, but what's the difference? What's important is the other one. So it was 435. So that will be what? 43. So the row num will be 43. And this is the height right here. This is the top. So if we want to start here, we'll have to clear down, starting on this row, we'll clear down 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Seem right? Too many. Right there. Will that let him clear into the mountain? It will. Okay. So, the theory, I'm sure this is not going to work at all, is that we're going to set him down here, put the disk drive down, might as well sleep. And get him going. So, let's do this. Just walk you through the process, even though I know we're already long. So we're going to say copy disk / prep area to prep area. Now we have prep area, and we're going to say prep area. We want to have the row length be 33. The number of rows, well, let's make sure that we got the commands right. So yeah, yep. So prep area 33, number of rows is going to be 43. The depth is going to be 4. Is that right? We want to start here. We want to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Depth is going to be 4. And we want it to go to the right. And we're going to give it a fair amount of coal because I don't know how much it's going to need. And we're going to give it some dirt. And I think I have, oops, more dirt in my digger's backpack. Yeah, let's just give it all the dirt we have, even though it's going to get a lot. It'll start spitting it out. That's okay. That's enough. And here goes nothing. Let's go up here and watch it for a second. So anyway, while it's working, I wanted to kind of show you guys what I was thinking during this episode, but that's not going to happen since I spent so much time on this thing. So I think what I'm going to do is actually have it do its thing. I just realized it's going to leave those blocks because I should have gone one higher. You want to go to whatever the highest is. It wouldn't have done anything, and it went one short too. But that's all right. We're still learning. It was my math, not it, probably. Anyway, so what I was going to do is just show you kind of like one corner of the building to kind of get an idea for what I'm looking for, but and just see. I've got a pretty ambitious style that I was going to go for on this, and I don't even know if it's going to look good. So I'm going to do a little corner area and see how it works, and then we'll go from there. If it's good, we'll keep going. If not, I'll come up with something else. But anyway, so I'm going to let this thing go. We'll start with that next time. I'll probably get it ready. I'll show you what the outcome of this was and let you know if I had to make any changes to this guy. But it's really cool. I mean, this is nice. I can go do something else. Check on my, my mining operations, keep things going, do whatever I need to do, and then come back without any real issues. So that's nice if it works. Not too expensive, just cost some coal basically. What do we get here? Some marbled. That's cool. Must be a marble area somewhere nearby. That's cool. I don't think I got any sort of comb out of that one. That's too bad. Anyway, so thanks for watching, guys. Once again, I appreciate your patience with all of this, and I hope you're learning and enjoying as much as I am. And yeah, really appreciate the comments, so continue to leave those. Follow me on Twitter, MineCraftOTB. Tell your friends, and I'll talk to you guys next time.